right, so around 10 o'clock last night, we had a call from a man who went by a car on Melrose Street near Mitchell. He saw the operator slumped over the wheel. He called rescue and police. When we got there, we found a man that had been shot. He was pronounced dead at the scene. So obviously we've been working it since last night, and we're making some progress. But there's not much more I can give you right now.
Can you release his name?
Yes, I'll give it to you.
Oh, okay.
Definitely. So, and that's basically it. If you have any questions, there's not many details I can give you.
Are you able to say roughly how many times the victim had been shot and proximity?
Yeah, no, we don't usually say that. We believe it was close quarters. We shot. Other than that, that's all I have right now.
I guess obviously you don't want to speculate too much, but saying that, is it possible that whoever the shooter might have been in the vehicle? Like, this doesn't appear to have been like a drive-by or something like that?
No, I can't conclude that, no.
But this victim was in the driver's seat.
Yes.
Of the car. And what kind of car was it?
I'm not sure. It was some sort of SUV or something. And I'm not completely sure what it is.
Do you have like a past history with the victim?
Yeah, I mean, not to get into the victim's past too much. We've had contact with him.
Do you think that this is gang related?
Right now, I would say probably not, but that's still open. And the only reason I'm saying probably not is because of his age. He's, I believe, 35 to 36 years old. That's a little too old to be in the
I think family
gangs.
told us he was originally from Woonsocket, had recently been living in the Woonsocket area. Is that in line kind of with what you guys believe?
Yes, he has family in Woonsocket, and that's where we believe he's residing right now.
Can you describe this neighborhood, the area where he was shot and killed?
Yeah, it runs parallel with Elmwood Avenue. It's a quiet street, and there's not much off of Potter's Ave.
But this isn't an area where you have a lot of calls usually, or is it?
We have some calls there, but it's to find a man shot on any street is extreme.
Is there any information at all about a shooter, any description that you've been able to get?
We're still working on that.
We noticed that this, where the car was situated on that speed bump, essentially right in front of that Latino Learning Center. And I noticed a couple cameras in the corner there. Somebody there told me that they weren't working. I don't know if they're just saying that because they're media and want this out of the air. Do you have surveillance that you're working with? Obviously, we wouldn't ask you to get into details of what it shows.
Right.
Do you have video to work with at this point?
Well, at this point, we're canvassing the neighborhoods, and we're looking for video, not only there, but on all streets leading to that section.
Do you have any yet?
That I'm not going to release. So hopefully we will have some, and we'll view it, and then will give us some, further clues to identify the killer.
You're working it. Are you asking the community of anything in particular at this point? I mean, is there anything you're looking for, whether it be witnesses, the video?
Look, yeah, obviously, if somebody saw something, we would appreciate them to call in. Like I said, we're still so early in this investigation, and we're making progress already, but there's still a long way to go.
And since we don't believe, lived in that neighborhood, is there a reason for the neighborhood to feel unsafe at all right now while this investigation continues?
No, I don't believe so. It's a lot of these shootings, for one reason or the other, are targeted either by the person or by the actions. So we don't know yet. But random shootings in neighborhoods, we usually don't see that.
So do you believe this was targeted then?
I believe it could be targeted, and like I said, I'm not saying specifically targeted toward this victim. Could be targeted towards some circumstance, if you can follow that. So
then, to clarify, do you believe it was a drive-by shooting?
Well, we don't know yet. So the shooter could have been on foot. or he could have drove right up to him, or he could have been, you know, behind him and drove up on the side of him. We don't know. That's why we're figuring this out today. It's only been, you know, 12 hours.
And there was no one else in the vehicle with the victim, right?
Well, not when we'd gotten there, no.
Do you know what the victim was doing in the area at the time? He lives in Woonsocket. Do you know what he was doing in Providence?
We do know what he was doing up until a certain point, which we're not going to release, but it was nothing criminal.
This is the third homicide in the city this year, right?
I believe it is the third. So, okay, good.